Have you ever wondered what makes someone quietly more valuable than gold as they age? It's not wealth, it's not status, and it's definitely not luck. The truth is, after 65, there are certain qualities that, when nurtured, can transform someone into truly irreplaceable, someone deeply respected, admired, and cherished. The surprising part? Most people overlook these things, letting them slip away without realizing how priceless they are. In this video, we'll explore 6 powerful traits that can make you not just loved, but truly cherished. These qualities aren't about appearance or material success. They're about how you live, how you think, and how you carry yourself. The best part? You can develop these traits at any stage in life. No matter where you are right now, you have the ability to nurture these 6 things and become the kind of person whose presence leaves an impact. Stay with me until the very end, because the last one is something most people don't realize until it's too late. If you've ever felt like you're fading into the background as you age or wondered how to hold on to your purpose and dignity, this video is for you. These 6 traits won't just help you stand out quietly and powerfully. They'll also give you something more valuable than any treasure, a deep sense of fulfillment. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss new videos. If you enjoy this one, type 1 in the comments. If you don't, type 0, so I know how to improve for you. Now let's get started. Jing isn't about fading into the background. It's about stepping into a new chapter where your presence carries more weight than ever. Every wrinkle, every gray hair, every story behind your eyes is proof of a life lived with meaning. And when you learn how to channel that wisdom into qualities that inspire others, you become a quiet force that people can't help but respect. The ability to stay calm in any situation. One of the most valuable traits to develop after 65 is a deep sense of calm. A presence that brings peace into a room and makes people feel safe. This calm isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is fine. It's about knowing what really matters, letting go of small irritations and staying steady when life throws challenges your way. As we age, we've seen loss, change, and hardship. Some people let those experiences make them bitter. But the ones who become quietly more precious than gold are the ones who stay centered, who don't panic over small things, and who bring perspective when others feel overwhelmed. Take Harold, a 74-year-old retired firefighter. Years ago, his presence alone could calm an entire room. He wasn't the loudest or the most commanding, but people trusted his steady tone and his ability to listen. Even now, his grandchildren love talking to him because he never dismisses their feelings. His wife still feels comforted by how he handles life's ups and downs. This kind of calm isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's knowing when to act, when to let go, and refusing to waste energy on things that won't matter in a year. The most respected older adults are those who don't let emotions control them. They pause before reacting, listen before speaking, and never waste time proving themselves to people who don't matter. They become the ones others turn to in moments of crisis, the ones who make a room feel instantly lighter just by being there. And here's the secret. This calm doesn't just make others respect you. It makes your own life better. It lowers stress, strengthens relationships, and keeps your focus on what truly brings joy. If you've ever known someone like this, you know how powerful it is. And if you nurture it within yourself, you'll become quietly more valuable than gold, not for what you own, but for the peace you bring. Calm people are like anchors in a storm. They don't need to shout or dominate a room to be noticed. Their steady presence speaks louder than words. In a world that constantly feels rushed, noisy, and stressful, being around someone who radiates peace feels like taking a deep breath. That's why calmness is such a rare and priceless gift. A sense of curiosity that never fades. One of the biggest mistakes people make as they age is thinking that learning, discovery, and new experiences are only for the young. The truth is, the people who remain quietly precious are the ones who stay curious. They keep asking questions, exploring, and embracing new ideas. Curiosity doesn't just keep the mind sharp, it keeps the spirit alive. Older adults who stay vibrant are the ones who stay open to conversations, new books, new skills, new perspectives. They don't shut people down with, "That's just how it is." Instead, they say, "Tell me more." Take Evelyn, a 76-year-old, former teacher. She could have settled into routine, same shows, same stories, same friends. But instead, she reads outside her comfort zone, listens to younger people's views, and even learns new technology. Not because she has to, but because she enjoys it. And because of that, she's endlessly interesting to talk to. People are drawn to her not just for her wisdom, but because she isn't stuck in the past. She's present, engaged, and still growing. Curiosity makes life exciting. It prevents boredom, keeps you relevant, and makes others enjoy being around you. Those who stay open to learning radiate energy. Those who shut down too early often become bitter, frustrated, and isolated. The truth? Curiosity doesn't fade on its own. You have to choose it. Every day, if you've ever felt the joy of learning something new, or believe curiosity is the key to staying vibrant, let me know by commenting 2 below. Curiosity also breaks down walls between generations. When an older adult shows genuine interest in what younger people are passionate about, whether it's new music, technology, or even the latest trends, it builds a bridge of connection. Instead of becoming out of touch, you become someone who's relatable and refreshing to talk to, no matter the age gap. The strength to set boundaries. Without guilt after 65, one of the most valuable things you can do is set boundaries, protecting your time, energy, and peace without feeling guilty. Too many older adults slip into people-pleasing, saying yes when they want to say no, tolerating disrespect, or giving more than they get. But the truth is, quietly powerful people know their worth, and they don't compromise it. Boundaries aren't about being cold or selfish. They're about knowing what you'll accept and not sacrificing your well-being just to make others comfortable. Take Robert, a 73-year-old retired mechanic. Most of his life, he had a hard time saying no. He helped even when it hurt his back. He listened to endless complaints even when it drained him. He let people cross lines because he didn't want conflict. But eventually, he realized he was exhausted and unappreciated. So, he made a change. Now Robert helps when he truly wants to, listens without being an emotional dumping ground, and spends time only with people who lift him up. He doesn't feel guilty about it, and because of that, he's healthier, happier, and more respected. When you allow people to overstep, you teach them it's okay. But when you set clear boundaries, you naturally attract respect. And here's the best part. When you protect your energy, you gain more self-respect too. A presence that brings warmth and comfort. One of the most powerful things you can build after 65 is the ability to make people feel at ease. This isn't about being the loudest voice or the center of attention. It's about having a calming presence that makes others feel safe, understood, and welcomed. So they seek you out not for what you give, but for how you make them feel. People who have this gift carry a quiet warmth that draws others in. They're the person you want to sit beside in a room full of strangers. They don't force conversation or try to impress. They simply make space for others. They listen without judging, offer kindness without expecting anything back, and make the world around them feel a little lighter. Think of Joan, a 75-year-old former nurse. She has a way of making everyone feel at home. She doesn't dominate the room, yet people naturally gather around her. When she speaks, her voice is gentle and sincere. When she listens, she really listens. She isn't waiting for her turn to talk. She makes people feel like their words matter. Because of that, people love being near her. She isn't flashy or loud, but her warmth is unforgettable. This kind of presence isn't about perfect words. It's about how you make people feel. It's the reassuring smile when someone is unsure. It's letting people express themselves fully without cutting them off. It's sharing small acts of care, a thoughtful comment, a real compliment, a simple kindness that sticks. They remember how calm they felt around you. They remember the comfort in your tone, the kindness in your eyes, and the way you made them feel seen. That's what makes someone quietly more precious than gold. Not money, not power, not attention, but warmth in a world that can feel cold. And this doesn't fade with age. It deepens. It's not about youth or charm. It's about wisdom, patience, and love. Things that only grow stronger over time. If you've ever met someone whose presence alone brought you peace, you know how rare that is. If you cultivate it in yourself, people will cherish you, not for what you have, but for who you are. If this resonates with you, and you believe in the power of warmth and kindness, comment number 4 below. Your engagement helps me keep creating content that supports and uplifts you. The ability to find joy in simplicity. One of the greatest secrets to a truly fulfilling life after 65 is learning how to enjoy the simple things. This doesn't mean settling or giving up on bigger dreams. It means realizing that the most meaningful moments often come from everyday pleasures, not from big achievements or expensive experiences. People who are quietly more precious than gold are the ones who master this skill. They don't constantly need excitement to feel happy. They don't chase things they don't really want. Instead, they have an eye for beauty in places others overlook. They find happiness in a quiet morning coffee, the warmth of sunlight on their face, the sound of laughter shared with friends, or the peace of an ordinary, well-lived day. Take George, an 80-year-old retired carpenter. He isn't rich or famous, but he's truly content. He doesn't waste time comparing himself to others or complaining about what he doesn't have. Instead, he wakes up each morning thankful for what he does have. When he walks, he notices the trees swaying in the breeze. When he eats, he slows down and enjoys every bite. When he sits with his old friends, he laughs and listens fully instead of letting his mind drift to worries. Here's the powerful part. People can feel this kind of peace. They can sense when someone is truly grateful, when someone has let go of the constant need for more and instead appreciates what's right in front of them. That kind of presence is magnetic. It draws people in because it's so rare. The problem is, too many people spend their later years focused on what's missing, regrets, comparisons, or old frustrations. They convince themselves happiness is behind them. But the truth is, the most precious people are the ones who know how to make the present moment enough. They don't waste energy on what can't be changed. They don't let small problems ruin their peace. They choose joy over and over, in little ways each day. This doesn't mean pretending life is perfect. It means training yourself to notice the good, even on ordinary days. It's about seeing happiness not as something far away, but as something you build moment by moment, through gratitude and perspective. If you've ever met someone who radiates this kind of simple joy, you know how uplifting it is. And if you cultivate it in yourself, you'll not only feel more fulfilled, you'll also become the kind of person others love being around. If this resonates with you, if you believe joy is found in life's simple moments, comment number 5 below. Your engagement helps me keep creating meaningful content for you. Joy and simplicity is contagious. When others see you light up over small everyday blessings, it reminds them to slow down too. A simple smile over a sunset or laughter over an old memory can shift the entire mood of a room. Happiness doesn't always come from doing more. It often comes from noticing more. A deep sense of self-respect. Perhaps the most priceless trait someone can have after 65 is self-respect. Without it, everything else, calmness, kindness, curiosity, loses its power. With it, you become unshakable. Self-respect isn't arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than others. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. It's walking through life with quiet dignity, even when others fail to recognize your value. People with self-respect don't beg for attention, affection, or approval. They don't measure themselves by what others think. They don't stay in places where they're undervalued. Instead, they carry themselves with confidence. Not loud, not boastful, but steady and sure. Take Margaret, a 78-year-old grandmother. For years, she poured herself into her family and community, often ignoring her own needs. But as she got older, she realized she had spent too much time pleasing others and not enough honoring herself. So she made a change. She started saying no when she needed rest, setting limits with people who drained her, and taking better care of her health and peace of mind. At first, people resisted, but eventually they respected her more than ever. That's the power of self-respect. It sets the tone for how others treat you. If you respect yourself, others will either rise to meet that standard or fade out of your life. Either way, you win. Here's the truth. Life after 65 is too short to shrink yourself for anyone. It's too precious to tolerate constant disrespect, to keep chasing people who don't value you, or to live as if your needs don't matter. The most admired older adults are the ones who know their worth and live by it every day. They don't need validation to feel whole. They don't compromise their dignity just to fit in. They walk with a quiet strength that makes people stand taller in their presence. If you nurture self-respect, you'll discover something amazing. You won't just be loved, you'll be cherished. Not because of what you give, but because of who you are. If this resonates with you, comment number 6 below. Let me know if you believe self-respect is one of the most important treasures we can carry through life. Final thoughts as we close this video. Take a moment to reflect on these 6 qualities. They aren't about money, status, or outward success. They're about something much deeper: how you live, how you treat people, and the way you carry yourself each day. The people who become quietly more precious than gold aren't chasing attention or begging for recognition. They're the ones who build wisdom, kindness, and self-worth, qualities that grow richer with time. But here's the key. These things don't just show up on their own. They take intention, they take daily choices, and they take a commitment to keep growing into the kind of person whose presence inspires and uplifts everyone around them. No matter your age, you can choose to keep evolving, to keep shining in your own quiet, powerful way. If you see yourself in these 6 qualities, or if you feel inspired to work on them more in your life, you're already on the right path. Because these traits aren't only about how others see you, they're about how you see yourself. And when you truly respect, value, and nurture who you are, admiration and fulfillment will naturally follow. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 qualities spoke to you the most? Are you already practicing them, or is there one you want to focus on more starting today? Share your thoughts in the comments. I really enjoy reading your experiences and insights. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and share. It helps us keep creating content that informs, inspires, and uplifts. And don't forget to leave a comment with one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it. Your words encourage us more than you know. We'll see you in the next video.